Now we continue our look at BC Ferries as the 53-year-old company sails toward a turning point. The ferry system relates to almost everything we do on Vancouver Island. Our groceries, our clothing, our family, and our friends travel on BC Ferries. The service and the province are sometimes an easy target for criticism. But some say the scrutiny is well-deserved. Tonight we examine some of the system's deadliest disasters and costliest mistakes.
The second-to-last vehicle was just going on when the ferry started to pull away. It just fell into the water.
August 13th, 1992, Departure Bay. A mother and her two daughters are killed when the Queen of New Westminster pulls away from the berth with their minivan still on the upper loading ramp.
It was terrible to look at. I feel very sorry for those people. And somebody should be held accountable for this.
An investigation determines the ferry left prematurely because staff didn't follow proper procedures. June 30th, 2005, the Queen of Oak Bay plows through a marina as it enters Horseshoe Bay.
It's moving super slow, but it's just spitting boats out the side.
22 boats are crushed. No one is injured.
Mayday relay, Mayday relay. Queen of the North reporting aground.
March 22nd, 2006, the Queen of the North sails into Gill Island. Its hull is ripped apart and it sinks. 99 people are rescued, 2 are presumed drowned. The navigation officer that day is still on trial, charged with criminal negligence causing death. Despite these and other incidents that put a serious dent in BC Ferries' public image, it should be noted there are only a handful of tragedies over half a century in business. And a 2012 report confirms BC Ferries are safe.
They're lovely-looking boats, but by now British Columbia New Democrats probably wish they'd never heard of fast ferries.
Remember these? The fast ferries. In the late 1990s, the NDP commissioned 3 aluminum-hulled catamarans to be built in BC. The project went way over budget, coming in at a cost of $450 million. That was only the beginning. A number of problems, including the ships producing a wake that damaged docks, sunk the fast ferries, and maybe the Premier Glenn Clark-led New Democrats too.
British Columbia Ferry Corporation is well aware that there has been a problem with wake. We are mitigating against that by reducing speed.
The NDP spends $500 million tax dollars on fast ferries, and now the minister admits that they can't go fast.
Today, former Ferries Minister Gordon Wilson says the catamarans were simply the wrong vessels for BC Ferries.
You don't commute in a Ferrari, okay? So that was the problem. That was the only problem. There was nothing wrong with the technology, there was nothing wrong with the workmanship, there was nothing wrong with the design.
Quarter, half, 1.5, sold.
The Liberal government sold the fast ferries for a fraction of their cost and later reorganized BC Ferries into a private corporation, promising a more streamlined, user-friendly system. But a decade later, the fleet is still navigating troubled waters with skyrocketing fares and declining ridership. Both the Liberals and the NDP acknowledge BC Ferries can't continue to lose millions of dollars every year.
This is a section of the floating bridge.
Tomorrow, we look at one man's vision to bridge the gap. A fixed link between Vancouver Island and the mainland.